After reviewing 48 Hours, we are now reviewing Trading Places, released in 1983 and released exactly 6 months after 48 Hours. So these two old greedy guys, Randolph and Mortimer Duke, played by Ralph Bellamy and Don Michi respectively, are owners of a commodities firm, Duke and Duke. And when they witness their worker, Louis Winthorpe III, played by Dan Aykroyd, who is proposed to their grandniece Penelope, have an argument with a guy named Billy Ray Valentine, played by Eddie Murphy, they then set up a little experiment to swap their lives. Louis is framed for robbery and his life slowly falls apart, including having all of his bank accounts frozen and his girlfriend, Penelope, leaving him, while Billy is released from jail and starts a new life. And I didn't know Frank Oz was in this one. He's playing one of the cops going through Louis's things. Even though it's only a minor cameo, you can't forget his appearance, man. Down on his luck and with no other choice, Louis meets a prostitute named Ophelia, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, trying to break out of her Scream Queen roles, who helps him in exchange for money for her retirement. Oh, it turns into one of those subplots. Oh, and I forgot to mention this, but this movie was directed by John Landis, who previously directed films like Shot, the Kentucky Fried Movie, and the Blues Brothers. During the firm's Christmas party, Louis tries to frame Billy by playing narcotics in his drawer, but it doesn't work out so well. A little later, Billy hears the Dukes talking, saying that after the experiment, they're going to dump Billy back on the streets, but have no intention of bringing back Louis. Billy tries to go after Louis, but unfortunately, Louis is already planning to OD after his life becomes a living hell. Fortunately, Billy, Ophelia, and the butler, Coleman, manage to nurse him back to health and let him know of the experiment. Then, after seeing something about orange crop forecasts, Louis and Billy, along with Ophelia and Coleman, have an idea to scam the Dukes out of business. So they go in absolutely comical costumes and then swap an original crop report with a fake one, give it to Clarence Beeks, the guy who framed Louis earlier, and put him in a gorilla cage, disguising him as a gorilla. Louis and Billy go to the trade center and start trading all that stuff, but I do not know anything about the stock market, so I'll just say this. Billy and Louis get rich, while the Dukes go absolutely broke. Then they have to pay $394 million. Randolph suffers a heart attack, and Mortimer is like, open the trades right now, bro. Reopen the trades. Beeks gets shipped to Africa with the gorilla, while Louis, Ophelia, Coleman, and Billy retire to St. Croix, the latter two eventually getting new girlfriends. Overall, the acting is very good, the actioning is pretty good, all the stuff's pretty good. And even though the ending can be a bit confusing, especially if you're not into the stock market or any of that type of stuff, it can still be pretty satisfying seeing the Duke brothers get what they deserve. Overall, I'm giving this one a 9.5 out of 10. Check it out if you can.
Now, get those brokers back in here! Turn those machines back on! Turn those machines back on!